Good afternoon and happy Sabbath to every believers or everyone who's watching this video. Wheresoever you are located in this world, I truly believe that this presentation will be a blessing to you. And this will clarify many um, challenges, many problems that you had in your mind concerning the truth about the Seventh-day Adventist Church. Now, somebody came to me the other day, asked me a question about why should I believe that the Seventh-day Adventist Church today is the only church that or organization that God recognized today? And can I prove it from the Bible? And it was a very important question because there are many teaching out there that speaking against the Seventh-day Adventist movement. It's prophet, calling the prophet as a false prophet regarding to Ellen G. White. Say she's a false prophet because according to them, the prophet is limited unto John, so there cannot be any other prophet. And also that the person was asking me to clarify this part because the Bible says, test all things, test every spirit, and how to test the spirit to know if the spirit is of God. Or if any prophet make a prediction and the prediction does not come to pass, this clarify the prophet as a false prophet. But if the prediction come to pass, then he or she is a true prophet. So all those questions were answered from the Bible also, and I gave a good explanation. But in this presentation, I will clarify those questions that somebody may have today. But let's say, for example, in the book of Amos, chapter 3, verse 7, if I might correct, and it said that the Lord God will do nothing unless he reveal it to his servant, the prophet. So you see now, a church that was built without a prophet is also is an indication that this church is not recognized by God. This movement, this denomination must founded must be founded by a prophet. So, and according to the history of religion today, after the passing of the disciples during the time of the great persecution before the Dark Ages, so the last prophet was John, and after that there was the church was taken away from the pagan, the Emperor Constantine, those are there before him, and coming down to the time of the Dark Ages, the Catholic Church. And from the Catholic Church, we come to the Reformation. The Reformation with Luther, with Calvin, John Knox, Wesley, all those guys, and Wesley and Campbell, and all those guys, they come with the Reformation. So the Reformation was only about to restore the truth that the Catholic Church took away from the hands of the humanity. So now, after that, we came to the movement of William Miller. William Miller, everyone knows that he was the one who gave the prediction of Jesus was supposed to come, and in 1844, in October 22nd, 1844, that he would come and take his own and destroy the wicked and purify the earth. According to him, that the earth was the sanctuary. But in reality, that what he thought would be fulfilled was something different. Not that William Miller was a false interpreter or false prophet. He was correct in his interpretation. Only the understanding of it was not correct. But the date, the things that he said would take place would took place, but not in the format, not in the way that they expected. Now, so because that there was a good deception, good disappointment, there was a good disappointment during that time of William Miller. the whole world was waiting for Jesus to come, but they were watching, but Jesus did not come. So for that reason, then God allowed the movement or the church of William Miller to reorganize, and then it's come to the point where they regroup themselves and they call themselves Seventh-day Adventists. But in the church of William Miller, there were Sunday keeping. The fact that during the time of the Dark Ages, there was no Sabbath worship. All the world knew was the Sunday. And the Seventh-day Adventists began 1844 with this movement, and they decide that if they have to be a truthful God's keeping commandment people, they must include the 7-day Sabbath, which is the true Sabbath, not Sunday but Saturday. And God chose Ellen G. White, who was a little girl at the age of 16, and she became the prophet for the church. And God gave her all the visions, all the instructions, how the church should be built, stuff like that, just as God was giving it to Moses. So she was not the type of Moses. So now listen, why should we use Ellen G. White? We call her a false prophet. Why should we call her a false prophet? Now, and the Bible says we must test all the spirit. The Bible for itself says in the book of Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20, and it says, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. Now, this verse alone made it plain and clear. This is the way to test every spirit. When someone say he is from God, God sent him with a message to give you. The Bible tells you, if he does not come to you with the law of God, which is the 10 commandments, and the testimony, which is the testimony of Jesus Christ, because if you want to know what the testimonies are, you have to go to the book of Revelation chapter 19 verse 10. And the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. So you see, Ellen G. White wrote a lot of books, and the name for all the books that she wrote come under the banner, under one vessels, which is called the spirit of prophecy. And the book of John, chapter 19 verse 10 tells you the spirit of prophecy is the testimony of Jesus, or the testimony of Jesus is the spirit of prophecy. So now, you see, Ellen G. White was the one who had the vision. She saw that the Sabbath, which is the fourth commandment, in the heavenly sanctuary, in the most holy place, was inflamed, which means that after the passing of the Dark Ages, during the time of the Reformation, and God brought the religious freedom to the new land of the United States of America, where everyone would be able to worship according to their own God, according to their own conscience, then God allowed the Sabbath to be revealed and renewed by his people, where it could not be done in Europe during the time of the Roman Emperor or Roman era, the Catholicism era. So you see, Ellen G. White, not only she speak about Jesus, but also she advocate the 10 commandments. And she does not advocate the false Sabbath, which is Sunday, but she advocates the true Sabbath, which is the Saturday. Because when you're speaking about Sabbath, you're not talking about Saturday, then you become a liar. Because any encyclopedia or dictionary or Google will tell you that the first day of the week is Sunday, and the seventh day is Saturday. Now, when you go to the book of Genesis chapter 2, verse 2, it tells you on the seventh day, God ended his work and he rested from all his work. Now, somebody may tell you, no, the Sabbath day was only for the Jews. But the question you should ask, were there any Jew in the day of creation? On the seventh day, after God created the earth and the heavens? There were any Jews around? I thought it was only Adam and Eve. So if Adam and Eve were perfect in their state, so God set up an example in the Garden of Eden, so they had to follow it, they had to obey it. So you see, Adam and Eve were Sabbath keeping. So the fact that it was already there from the original time, from the beginning, you see, when Moses came to Mount Sinai to the Jews, and he told them, to the Jews, to the Israelite people, I'm not going to say Jews, I'm going to say the Israelite, because when you say Jews, you only refer to the two tribes, Judah and Benjamin. But when you're talking about the 12 tribes of Israel, you're talking about Israel in general, the Israelite. So now you see, when Moses was speaking to the Israelite, God told them, not Moses told them, God wrote it with his own finger on a tablet of stone, tell them, remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days shalt thou labor and do all thy work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord thy God. In it thou shalt not do any work, thou, nor thy son, nor thy daughter, nor thy manservant, nor thy maidservant, nor thy cattle, nor thy stranger that are or is within thy gate. So the Lord created the heaven and the earth in 6 days and rested on the 7 days. For that reason, the Lord hallowed and sanctified. So who could desanctify what the Lord himself sanctified? So now somebody else may say now, oh no, because my Sabbath is Sunday, my Sabbath is Tuesday, my Sabbath or Wednesday. Really? Now, you call yourself a Christian and you will not obey the voice of God? You will use your own judgment. You will do what you want to do, not follow the instructions of God? And while God says he only care about obedience, only obedient. So you claim to be a Christian and you do not want to put the mark of God upon you? And you should ask me this question, what is the mark of God? The mark of God is the Sabbath day. Go to Ezekiel chapter 20, verse 20. It says, hallow my Sabbath, it shall be a sign between me and you, that thou shalt know I am the Lord thy God. So you see, to have the mark of God is to obey his Sabbath. The Sabbath identify you as the people of God. You see, Ellen G. White was a Sabbath keeper and she advocated the Sabbath, and also she believed in Jesus Christ. She testified about Jesus Christ. She uplifted Jesus Christ. So you see, whether you're talking about the Muslim only claim that they believe in the law, but they deny Jesus. So this disqualifies them to be the people of God. The literal Jews today in the land of Israel believe in the Torah, in the book of Moses, but is still waiting for the Messiah to appear, while the Messiah already came about 2,000 years ago. So this alone disqualified them from the people of God, from the true religion. So you see that whether it is your opinion, whether you like it or not, the fact that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the only one today that believe in the law, the Ten Commandments, including the Sabbath day, which is Saturday, and believe in Jesus Christ and advocate him, knowing him as the Lord and Savior, that which is not the views of any other denomination today. The Jehovah's Witness does not believe in the law. The Baptist does not believe in the law, especially the Sabbath, or whatsoever other religion. They do not believe in all of that. So you see, this presentation clarifies it for you that the Seventh-day Adventist Church is the true church today that recognized by God the fact that it was founded in the true biblical principle. Number one, by a prophet. Ellen G. White was a prophet. Now, where was Ellen G. White is a false prophet? She could not be a false prophet because the Bible tells you in the book of Isaiah chapter 8 verse 20, say, to the law and to the testimony, if they are speaking not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them. The fact that she back up the law, the Ten Commandments, and the testimony of Jesus, then she is a true prophet. And the Seventh-day Adventists believe in keeping the Ten Commandments and they believe in Jesus. So if you want to waste your time today to find out where is the true church of God is, then after watching this video, if you still being puzzled, you still questioning yourself, then you are in trouble. And if you have more questions to ask, you can send your comment under this video and where the comment space is. You can subscribe, you can write, ask questions, and I will answer you. And the next video I will make, you will have a true understanding what it is take to be the people of God, and what is the right way and what is the wrong way. And if you pay attention to this video, you will no longer call the Seventh-day Adventist Church as a false religion, nor call a prophet a false prophet. So, may God bless you, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. Be in peace and happy Sabbath.